F.A., you've got a couple of great testimonies. Took a group soul winning with you, but had an encounter on the streets as well.
My name's F.A., and I'm a first year at the River School of Worship. Just to throw it back a little bit, September 9, 2013, we had the funeral for my dad, and I cried so much that day, and I told God, if you don't come through, I would lose it. So that was the first time I actually felt the Holy Spirit hold me and touch me and told me, I'm your father and I'll take care of you. So 2 Wednesdays ago, I was serving on a worship team at Studio B. We're having our youth program. And it was so strong that day, and I felt the same thing, and I was shouting on the ground, and I felt the Holy Spirit touched me and remind me and told me, and was like, I'm your father and I'll take care of you. So it was so fresh and it was so new. And last week, my MSP currently is with Outreach, and they sent us out to do flyering. So while we were flyering, Alisa right there was in my group, and we saw a lady that was struggling, like she was using a walker. And Alisa was like, hey, Effie, you're gonna go pray for that lady? And I was like, okay. And when we walked up to the lady, we started telling her about Jesus, and the Holy Spirit told me I should pray for her. So I asked, I was like, why do you walk like this? And she was like, I have arthritis, and it's been here for so many years. And I told her, I was like, if I lay my hands on you, you'll be healed right now. And I told Elisa to put her hands on her knees, and I did too, and we prayed, and she was set free. And she threw the walker away, and she started jumping home. And now, mind you, this was my first time doing something like that. I was freaking out inside, but I had to act like, I'm from the river. Miracles pop like popcorn, So I was just chilling. So when I got home, I wanted to talk to my friends, and I called my friends, and I was like, hey, this is what God did today. They got drunk. They couldn't talk back to me. So I ended the phone call. I called another person. I was like, hey, this is what happened today. They got drunk. They couldn't talk to me. So I just stopped calling people. Then I came for sound check. The next day, we came for I Am So Winning, and we were sent out on the streets. And we were at Grand Regency, and I saw this one girl, and I walked up to her. I was like, hey, anybody ever told you about Jesus? And she was saved. And she said, we went, we've witnessed to her a while ago. So I just shared, in my spirit, I just shared from Exodus 23:25. I was like, we'll serve the Lord our God, and He will bless our bread and our water, and He will take sickness away from our midst, right? So I told her that, and she was like, dude, I'm actually having back pains. I was in a car wreck, and I was like, if I put my hands on you right now, you'll be healed. And she was like, let's do it. So I told her to close her eyes, and I put my hands on her. I was like, you're free right now, and I just prayed for her, and she was free in that moment. And also, and she was set free, totally set free. And also, before I left New Jersey, I had this one friend. We used to get invited to church, to churches to lead worship together. And when I left New Jersey with the whole COVID situation, he started doing drugs. He got into depression and all that. And every time we worship over here, my heart breaks for him. I just put him in my prayer. So this week I reached out to him, and I told him, and he was like, God delivered him from drugs. And he told me his testimony, and he was like, he wants to come to school over here. So last night, before I went to sleep, at like midnight, I just felt a check in my spirit to call him. I didn't know why I was calling him, so I just called him. I was like, hey, bro, what are you doing? And he was like, hey, I'm with my girlfriend. I was like, could you put me on loudspeaker? He was like, yeah. So I just started praying for them and telling them about Jesus, right? So I went through the whole soul-winning script again with them. I didn't know why I was doing that. I was just doing it. And I spoke with them for like 15 minutes. Then I ended the phone call. Like 5 minutes later, he called me. He was like, dude, me and my girlfriend agreed we were going to get in sexual scene for one last time. But you called us, and we literally put our clothes on, and we're crying, and the Holy Spirit filled the room. That's what happened last night.
Hey, come on, everybody say, right on time.